Intrusion detection and prevention system. Intrusion detection and prevention system. Intrusion occurs when attacker attempts to gain entry or disrupt normal operations of information system. Almost always with intent to do harm. Intrusion detection consists of procedures and systems that identify system intrusions. Intrusions reaction encompass actions an organization takes when intrusion is detected. Intrusion prevention consists of activities that deter intrusion. IDPS terminology: alert or alarm indication a system has just been attacked or is under attack evasion. Process by which attacker changes the format and or timing of their activities to avoid being detected by the IDPS. Post-attack stimulus event that triggers alarm when no actual attack is in progress. False negative failure of an IDPS to react to an actual attack event. False positive alert or alarm that occurs in the absence of an actual attack. Noise accurate alarm even that do not pose significant threat to information security. Site policy, rules and configuration guidelines governing implementation and operation of IDPS is with an organization. Site policy awareness. IDPS ability to dynamically modify its configuration in response to environmental activity. Through attack stimulus, event that triggers alarms and calls an IDPS reacts as if a real attack is in progress. Learning process of adjusting IDPS to maximize efficiency in detecting true positives. Confidence value. Value placed upon IDPS the ability to detect identify certain attacks correctly. Alarm filtering. Running system for a while to track types of false positive it generates and then adjusts this IDPS alarm classification. Alarm clustering and compaction. Process of group grouping almost identical alarm occurring at almost same time in the single higher level alarm. Why use an IDPS? To prevent problem behavior by increasing the perceived risk of discovery and punishment. To detect attack and other security violation not prevented by other security measures. To detect and deal with preambles to attack. To, to document existing threat to an organization. To act as quality control for security design and administration. To provide useful information about issues that do take place. Several IPS response techniques terminate network connection or user session that is being used for attack. Block access to target from offending user account, IP address, or other attack attribute. Block all access to target host service application or other resource. Change the security environment. Change the attack's content. Network-based IDPS. NIDPS research the computer of appliance connected to the network segment and monitor network traffic. Compare measured activity to known signatures to determine whether an attack has occurred or it's underway. Protocol stacks verification and look for invalid data packets. Some advantage of NIDPS good network design and placement of devices can enable again to use a few devices that monitor large network. Usually passive device and can be developed deployed in existing network with little or no disruption to normal operation. Wireless NIDPS monitors and analyzes wireless network traffic looking for potential problems with wireless protocols. Cannot evaluate and diagnose issues with higher layer protocols. The TCP and UDP. Some issues with internet include physical security, sensor range, access point, and wireless switch location, wired network connection. Network behavior analysis system examines network traffic to identify problems related to flow of traffic, uses a version of an anomaly detection method. Typical flow data relevant to intrusion detection and prevention include source and destination IP address, source and destination TCP or UDP ports or ICMP text encodes number of packets and bytes transmitted in the session, starting and ending timestamps for the session. The program monitors internal networks, occasional wireless internal network connection. All sensors passive mode and deployment only. Types of events most commonly detected by NBA sensors include denial of service, scanning worms, expected application service policy violations. Host-based IDPS. Resides of particular computer or server and monitor activity only on that system, also known as system integrity verifier. Benchmark monitor status of key system files. Triggers alert when file attributes change. New files are created or existing files are detected, deleted. Manage HIDPS can monitor multiple computers simultaneously by creating a configuration file on each monitored host and by making each HIDPS report back to a master console system. Some advantages of HIDPS can detect local events on host systems and also detect attacks that may include an IDPS function on the host system when encrypted traffic will be have been decrypted and is available for processing, unaffected by use, use of switch, switch network protocols can be detecting inconsistencies in how applications and system programs were used by examining and restarting audit logs, enabling it to detect some types of attacks, including Trojan horse program. IDPS detection method. Signature-based IDPS examines network traffic in search of patterns that match known signatures. This anomaly-based IDPS compares sample network activity to established baseline. Stateful protocol analysis IDPS use profiles to detect anomalous protocol behavior. Log file monitor IDPS reviews log files from servers, network device, and other IDPS for signatures indicating an attack or intrusion. Selecting IDPS approaches and products. IDPS technologies use many methodologies to detect attacks. The primary class of detection methodologies are signature-based, anomaly-based, and stateful protocol analysis, respectively. Most IDPS technologies use multiple methodologies, either separately or integrated, to provide more broad and accurate detection. Strength and limitation of IDPS. IDPS perform the following function well: monitoring and analysis of system event and user behavior, testing security state of system configuration, baseline security state of system, and then tracking any changes to replace them. Recognizing patterns of system events that correspond to known attacks. Recognize patterns of activity that statistically vary from normal activity. IDPS cannot perform the following functions: compensating for weak or missing security mechanism in the protection and clustering, instantaneously detecting, reporting, responding to attack during heavy network processing load, detecting newly published attack or variant, heavily responding to sophisticated attack, automatically investigating attacks, resisting all attacks, intended to defeat them comprehensively for fiduciary issue of data resources, dealing effectively with switched networks. Deployment and implementation of IDPS. IDPS control strategies centralized all IDPS control functions are implemented and managed in all central locations. Full distributed all control functions are applied at the physical location of each IDPS component. Partially distributed combines the best of the other two strategies, where individual agents still analyze and respond to local threats. Their reporting to a hierarchical central facility enables the organization to detect widespread attacks. IDPS deployment. Great care must be made in deciding where to locate IDPS components, physical and logical. During deployment, each component should be installed, configured, but fine-tuned and tested and monitored. And IDPS and HIDPS used in tandem can protect individual systems and organizational networks. Use a phased implementation strategy so as not to affect entire organization at all once. First, implement NIDPS and then install HIDPS. Measuring the effectiveness of IDPS. When selecting IDPS, one typically looks at four measures of comparative effectiveness: threshold, backlist, and whitelist alert setting, code viewing, and editing. Once implemented, IDPS are evaluated using the dominant metrics. Administration evaluates the number of attacks detected in a known collection of probes. Administration examines the level of use, commonly measured in megabits per second, of network traffic in which the IDPS failed. In order to truly assess effectiveness of an IDPS system, this process should be as realistic as possible. Its simulation of actual events, coupled with traffic loads, level of attacks, honeypots, honeynets, and paddle cell system. Honeypots decoy system designed to lure potential attackers away from critical system. Honeynet collection of honeypots connecting several honeypot systems on a subnet. Honeypots are designed to divert an attacker from critical system, collect information about the attacker's activity, encourage the attacker to stay on the system long enough for administration to document the event and perhaps respond. Padded cell honeypot has been protected so it cannot be easily compromised. In other words, an human honeypot in addition to attracting attackers with attempting data paddle set operation in a tandem with traditional IDPS. When IDPS detect attackers, it seamlessly transfers them to specially managed environment where they can cause no harm. All allows organization to serve and document action and practice of an attacker. The advantage of using honeypot or padded cell. Attackers can be diverted to target but they cannot damage. Administration have time to decide how how to respond to an attacker. Attackers' action can be easily and more extensively monitored, and records can be used to refine threat models and improve system protection. Honeypots may be effective in catching insiders who are snooping around a network. Disadvantage of using honeypot and paddle. The legal implications using such devices are not allowed very different. Honeypots or padded cells have not yet been proven as generally used security technologies. Trap and trace system use a combination of techniques to detect an intrusion and then to trace it back to its source. Trap usually consists of honeypot or padded cell and an alarm. Trace feature is processed by which organization attempt to determine identity of an intruser. If the intrusion is someone inside the organization, administrators are with their power to track the individual and turn him or her over to authorities. Active intrusion prevention. Some organizations do more than wait for an attack and implemented active countermeasures. When attacker sends ARP requests to ensure IP address, Libera pretends to be a computer at that address, allowing attackers to connect. Once connected, Libera changes PCP sliding window size to low number to hold open connection from the attacker. This greatly slows down the network based worms and other attacks and gives the Libera system time to notify system and network administration. Thank you for listening.